Y'all, Nvea just walked into a live stream and pulled the pin on a grenade Blueface handed her 3 days earlier. Camera's hot. Chat scrolling like a slot machine. Blueface sitting there with that permanent smirk. Nvea inches from his face, leaning in with a question about a private call from the night before. Why the F you calling my phone with no caller ID? That's not a question. That's a script. And Blueface didn't flinch because Blueface already knew the ending. Honey, tonight is not a couple's spat. Tonight is a coordinated media rollout wearing a girlfriend's clothes. And the mother of 2 of his children, Jaden Alexis, is the one lying flat on the floor when the smoke clears. Let me show you how this trap got built and why Blueface is the only person leaving that stream richer than he walked in. If you're the type who opens 4 tabs to fact-check a live stream, ring that bell, tap the like, and drop a comment telling me who really wrote Nvea's opening line, because word on the street is it wasn't her. If you're new here, we don't do surface. We chase the money. We chase the motive. We chase the smirk. By the end of this, every Blueface stream you've watched is going to look like a movie you've already seen twice. Here's what happened on that Twitch broadcast. Blueface, government named Jonathan Porter, and his now officially confirmed girlfriend V went live and turned a low caller ID accusation into a full-body roast pointed straight at Jaden Alexis. The fuse got lit hours earlier when Jaden hopped on her own stream and floated the theory that Blueface had been pinging her from a blocked line. Nvea watched that clip and walked the accusation back to Blueface on camera. Everything exploded. BBL jokes, boyfriend jabs, stale relationship digs, ownership flexes. In that same broadcast, Blueface confirmed Nvea is his official girlfriend and casually announced she is pregnant with his 4th child. One stream. For detonations. Nobody trips into that structure. That is a media rollout with fireworks strapped to it. Hold that shape in your head because the shape is the entire story. Jaden's stream came first. Nvea's stream came second. Blueface was the seated guest of honor on stream 2. Official girlfriend status, pregnancy reveal, and public roast all landed in the same broadcast. Those are not 4 separate news beats. That is one content drop with 4 fuses. Jaden's stream, whether she knew it or not, was the opening act for somebody else's headliner. She got booked on the show. She just didn't read the contract. Watch how the pieces snap together. Nvea leans in, drops the bait, and stamps her own status onto the record. I thought you had a girlfriend. Monogamous. Whatever happened to all that? Keep the scars. Nobody wants that stale energy. Y'all, that is not a girlfriend asking a question. That is a girlfriend reading from a script she already knows the last line of. She doesn't ask if she's his girlfriend. She declares it in the accusation itself before Blueface has to say a word. She plants her own flag on camera, and all Blueface has to do is nod. That's not petty. That's chess. She weaponized a Jaden accusation into a girlfriend confirmation ceremony, and the ceremony aired live. Blueface responds seconds later. I got a better chance of calling you regular than calling private. Unless you got me blocked, sweetheart. Cold. Bored. Rehearsed. Notice the sentence he did not say. He never said, I didn't call her. Not once. That non-denial is the tell of the whole night. Because a man who did not make that call would say, I did not make that call. Full stop. The pivot to unless you got me blocked is a courtroom move. Plant reasonable doubt. Dodge the actual charge. That is what people do when a flat denial would come back and bite them on the next stream. Then Blueface swings into the flex. My girlfriend has millionaires trying to claim her. These other women out here got low-tier local dudes popping it about them. And this is the moment the roast quietly stops being about Nvea's phone and turns into a public appraisal of Jaden Alexis's whole life. Blueface pivoted targets so cleanly the chat didn't catch it. 1 second we're talking about a mystery caller. The next, Jaden's dating pool is being valued like a foreclosure listing. Misdirect with the left hand. Slice with the right. Then Blueface takes a shot at Jaden's new man, the rapper Kai Bands, the guy she has reportedly been out with since the tape leak fallout ripped through the timeline. He said, that dude won't even kiss her on camera. Looks stiff. Just there for the cool points. He doesn't even like her. Sit with that line for a second. Blueface is not just clowning Kai Bands. Blueface is rewriting the narrative around Jaden Alexis's entire post-relationship dating life. He's telling the timeline that the man Jaden moved on to doesn't actually want her. She's a resume line, a photo op, a promotion Kai Bands took for the audience, not for the person. That is how you gut somebody without ever saying their name. Cruel. Precise. Exactly the point. Then came the one that made me put my phone down. The BBL comment. Blueface said, "I wanted you botched earlier. Can't afford another surgery. Cost too much. Homie, you paid for it." Blueface, by his own admission, dropped around $30,000 on that procedure himself. Calling it botched is like a chef complaining his own soup is too salty. Sir, you seasoned the pot. But here's the deeper move nobody is catching. Blueface is not insulting the surgery. Blueface is claiming the surgery. He's telling the audience, "I financed her body, and now I'm financing this one," meaning V. It is a power move wearing a comedy costume. He turned a cosmetic procedure into a public ledger of ownership. That single sentence is the Rosetta Stone of the entire broadcast. Back all the way up, because the sequencing tells the real story. Jaden goes on her own stream first. She hints. She dangles. She lets the internet run with the private call theory. Within hours, Nvea pulls the same thread with Blueface sitting right beside her. That is not coincidence. That is a response tactic dressed as a coincidence. Stack the pregnancy timeline on top. Blueface confirmed Nvea is roughly 12 weeks along. Do the arithmetic backwards from that February broadcast. You land around Thanksgiving, which is exactly the window when Blueface and Jaden Alexis were still posting family content together, looking every bit the couple. Hold on. I'm not saying the pregnancy overlap itself was strategic. I'm saying the announcement timing was. Big difference. Blueface could have dropped that news in any week of the calendar. He picked the exact week Jaden was already trending for the tape leak backlash. I refuse to sit here and turn a whole baby into a chess piece. That is a human being who is going to be born into this discourse whether they ask for it or not. The reveal was weaponized. The child did not do that. The rollout did. Blueface watched Jaden take damage in a news cycle and planted a new family flag on top of the wreckage on that same news week. That is a spike aimed at a bruise. Now factor in the tattoo. Nvea got Blueface's government name, Jonathan, inked under her chin in late 2025. Her quote, "She got it because they are in this for life." That tattoo went up before the official girlfriend announcement, before the pregnancy reveal, before the roster cut Instagram move that had everybody assuming Blueface and Nvea had broken up. She was locked in privately months before he confirmed publicly. Slow walk the commitment. Time it to the cameras. That is the pattern. This is the exact playbook Blueface ran with Chrisean. Chrisean tattooed his face. Chrisean carried his child. Chrisean took the damage and stayed. In every case, Blueface's public commitment trailed the woman's private commitment by months. She stakes the flag. He strolls over and touches it later when the cameras are hot. That is not love timing. That is marketing timing. Now flip the mirror and look at Jaden Alexis's timeline. Jaden was the one Blueface actually married. Briefly, messily, but legally. Jaden is the mother of the two older kids. Jaden is the one who was in Blueface's verified photos for years before Chrisean was even a Google search. What did that seniority earn her? A quiet cut from an Instagram roster. Getting discussed like retail inventory on a Twitch broadcast. That is the horror movie under the whole storyline. Seniority in a Blueface relationship isn't a promotion. It is an expiration date. Zoom in on one line. Blueface said, "I wanted you botched earlier." It is not really about Jaden Alexis's body. It is about ownership. Blueface is telling V publicly that he had creative input on a previous partner's cosmetic surgery, and he'll have input on hers too. That is the actual message underneath the joke. It lands because V laughs. And the laugh, y'all, is the receipt. In that moment, V is not tolerating the joke. She is ratifying it. Yes, I accept these terms, and the terms include Blueface having creative direction over my body. Whether she intends to or not, that laugh functions as a signed contract, and every woman in Blueface orbit, past, present, and future, just watched it get notarized on stream. Now flip to a behavioral tick showing up in every Blueface saga. Chrisean era, Jaden era, now Nvea era. Watch what Blueface does when the drama peaks. He does not retreat. He streams harder. He converts the accusation into content within 24 hours. The private call rumor did not get addressed off camera. It got addressed live, monetized, with a subscribe button hovering in the corner. That is not clumsy. That is the business model. Name one other rap-adjacent figure who runs this exact reflex at this exact volume. You can't. Drake subtweets. Kanye posts and deletes. Blueface invoices. Every crisis he's had, he converts into a streaming session with monetization attached. Blueface is not a rapper who happens to live stream. Blueface is a live streamer who happens to have a rap catalog. The music is the bait. The stream is the register. One detail nobody covered. That school crib ad-lib Blueface sprinkles into every diss is not random. It's a callback to his crew set, signaling that Nvea is inside the perimeter and Jaden Alexis is outside. Language as a loyalty test. Slow the clip down, and every time Nvea lands a punchline, Blueface's jaw ticks slightly, like he is checking a scoreboard in his head. He is not reacting. He is tallying. That is what somebody looks like when they helped write the material. The uncomfortable forensic conclusion is this. This was not a couple defending itself against an accusation. This was two performers running a bit engineered to end one specific person's cultural relevance for the current news cycle. That person is Jaden Alexis. Mission accomplished. Here is where the media coverage splits, and honey, the split tells you how outlets pick teams. The Shade Room runs this as a blended family messy narrative. Custody tension. Blueface framed as karma for the child support recap. They keep Jaden central. Sympathy pointed her way. Hot New Hip Hop frames it as an entanglement scandal. The leaked tape. Revenge posts. Blueface allegedly circulating explicit content and then denying it. That framing treats Jaden Alexis as a co-participant. Complex and XXL run the Nvea angle. The tattoo. The devotion. The in this for life quote. Almost fairy tale. Almost. That split is audience segmentation dressed as journalism. The Shade Room's readership defaults sympathetic to the mother. Hot New Hip Hop's crowd wants rap drama and receipts. Complex and XXL chase the youth culture beat, so they play up the tattoo. Same three people. Three different villains. The internet stopped covering this triangle and started serving it three different ways to three different customer bases. It is a menu, not a news cycle. The loudest counterargument in the comments is that Nvea is the villain. She knew about the kids. She knew about Jaden Alexis. She got the tattoo anyway. She is the home wrecker. Let me steelman that. Nvea did accelerate a situation that was already collapsing. The pregnancy roughly 30 days in. The TikTok cadence that went viral last month. It looks like she was trying to plan a flag fast. But the home wrecker theory falls apart. Blueface had already left. The tape leak happened before Nvea was public. Jaden was already seeing Kai bands. This wasn't a house being wrecked. This was a house that had been burning for 2 years, and Nvea walked into the smoking foundation and said, "Sure, I'll move in." That is not villainy. That is timing. The real villain is not a person. It is the format. Live streams reward humiliation, and every person in this triangle is playing the format perfectly. When was the last time a quiet Blueface relationship trended? Never. There isn't one, because the algorithm does not clip quiet. It clips crying, cursing, clapping back, calling out. Every woman who wanted the visibility of being with Blueface had to accept the visibility of being humiliated by Blueface. Those are the same visibility. Nobody signed a different contract. Here is the read nobody is saying out loud. The mainstream take is messy love triangle. Everybody's petty. Film at 11. Peel the frame back, and something colder shows up. This arc has been engineered for algorithmic velocity. Blueface turned a custody dispute into a Twitch subscription pipeline. He turned a tape leak into weeks of trending topics. He turned a pregnancy reveal into a diss track without recording a song. Blueface is not losing at any of this. He is winning the only metric he plays for, which is attention per hour of content. And Jaden Alexis, I say this with love, walked directly into the machine. When she floated the private call theory on her own stream, she handed Blueface the exact clip he needed to run a reaction segment with his new girlfriend. She fed the machine that eats her every time. Nvea's role is not the villain and not the prize. She is the co-host. That tattoo isn't just devotion. It is a business commitment to a live stream brand. You do not put a man's government name under your chin without understanding that your face is now part of his monetization strategy. Eyes wide open. Nvea is not playing the same game Chrisean played, and she is not playing Jaden Alexis's game either. Chrisean played ride or die and got physically damaged for it. Jaden played wife and mother and got publicly discarded for it. Nvea is playing a third game, the co-brand game. She is not asking to be protected. She is asking to be on the poster. Honestly, that is more modern than we are giving her credit for. Watch the jabs land. Blueface calling Jaden Alexis's BBL botched is like a chef complaining his own soup is too salty. You made it, chef. The he doesn't even like her line about Kai bands. Projection at Olympic altitude. This is a man who reportedly wouldn't come home during Jaden's pregnancy. The millionaire's trying to claim my girlfriend flex. Sir, you just described your own girlfriend as a bidding war. That is an eBay listing. Nvea calling Jaden Alexis's lifestyle. Baby, you got 12 weeks on the roster. Ask again at 12 months. And the whole you won the battle framing. Nobody wins a battle where the prize is this guy. That is a participation trophy handed out in a burning building. The real ending here isn't dramatic. It is quieter. It is the day one of these women looks at the camera, realizes the camera never loved her back, and logs off for good. Whichever one gets there first, she wins. Let me put on a different hat. There is a thing called intermittent reinforcement. It is the same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. You do not get rewarded every time you pull the lever. You get rewarded just often enough that your brain refuses to stop pulling. Every long-term partner Blueface has had has been on that schedule. Public affection Monday. Public humiliation Wednesday. Reconciliation post Friday. Rinse. Repeat. That is not a relationship pattern. That is a Skinner box with a subscribe button. And here is the chilling part. The audience is on the same schedule. We tune in for the fights. We stay for the makeups. We refresh for the next twist. We are not observers. We are participants. The algorithm rewarding this is us. There is a masculinity thesis buried here. Blueface persona is built on a performance of dominance. But watch what happens when Nvea talks over him on that stream. Blueface lets her. Blueface nods. Blueface cosigns. That is not the same guy who was throwing hands 2 years ago. Either he has evolved, and I doubt it, or Nvea has figured out how to operate inside the persona without triggering it. That is a survival skill previous partners were not given access to. The third psychological layer belongs to Jaden Alexis, and it is the saddest. Jaden is stuck in a role she cannot quit because 2 children share DNA with the same man ridiculing her on stream. Custody, co-parenting, holidays, birthdays. She is legally bound to a co-star she desperately needs to unfollow. Nvea has an exit. Chrisean has an exit. Jaden Alexis does not. That asymmetry is the emotional engine of this saga, and nobody is naming it plainly. Jaden isn't petty. Jaden is trapped. Petty is what trapped looks like on camera. Stop pretending this is about feelings. Walk the actual profit and loss. Twitch subscriptions run in tiers. Roughly $5, $10, and $25 a month. Blueface stream events that trend nationally hold 5-figure concurrent viewer counts. Even at a conservative conversion, a single high-drama broadcast nets 5 figures in one night, before donations, bits, and the clip farm revenue compounding on TikTok and YouTube by morning. Stack the tour bookings, the merch, the podcast circuit. A quiet week is a $0 week for a creator whose entire brand is chaos. There is a financial cost to peace, which is why peace never gets a full season. If you've ever wondered why the fights always seem timed to a news cycle, that is why. It's not paranoia, it's payroll. And here is the piece that should bother us. Jaden Alexis is not receiving co-star revenue. She is the co-star of a hit show, and she is getting paid in emotional damage. Chrisean at least had her own catalog. Jaden's paycheck is a child support settlement and whatever streams she can salvage between crises. Somebody is monetizing her humiliation, and it is not her. Rewind to 2022. The Chrisean arc had the exact same story beats. Public introduction, rapid devotion, tattoos, pregnancy announcement mid-crisis, custody dispute weaponized on stream, new woman introduced before the old one had fully exited, media split into sympathy camps. Rinse it into the Jaden Alexis arc through 2023 and 2024. Same beats, different woman. Now the Nvea arc across 2025 and 2026 is running the same playbook. Pregnancy fast, tattoo faster. Official girlfriend announcement dropped right on top of the ex's news cycle. 3 iterations of the exact same script means it is not a fluke. It is a franchise. Franchises do not end. Franchises recast. Somewhere out there is the woman being introduced in 2027 when Nvea's arc hits its 3rd act crisis. She is already scrolling Blueface stream. She just doesn't know she is next. Scroll any comment section and the audience splits into 4 factions. The Jaden Alexis defenders are usually women who have been left. They are defending the version of themselves that got discarded. The Nvea defenders are usually younger women who see her as aspirational. They are defending the fantasy that they could be the exception. The Blueface defenders are mostly men who admire what they read as game, even though what they're admiring is a business model that requires human beings as collateral. That is a diagnosis, not a compliment. And then the 4th group, the ones who claim they don't follow this and yet watch every video anyway. That is most of the internet. That is probably most of y'all. That is definitely partly me. We are the ones keeping this ecosystem alive. Here is where I think this goes over the next 60 days. Blueface leans harder into the Nvea content. Expect a joint podcast tease, a pregnancy vlog series. The 4th kid gets a name reveal that trends for 48 hours. Blueface knows the algorithm rewards escalation, and pregnancy content is a cheat code. The Jaden Alexis dices taper off, not because Blueface made peace, but because Nvea becomes the more profitable storyline. Jaden stops being useful the moment the new baby gets a face for the timeline. Now the table flip. Don't be shocked when Jaden Alexis goes fully silent. Not petty silent, strategically silent. She has already been photographed out with Kai bands. The smartest move Jaden can make from here is to stop responding on stream entirely. If she disappears from the discourse for even 3 weeks, Blueface loses his most reliable content generator, and the ecosystem starts feeding on itself. Silence as sabotage. The 5-year residue is where it gets ugly. Hip-hop adjacent reality streaming is teaching an audience that public humiliation is intimacy, that the arguments are the connection. Kids growing up watching Journey and Javon's parents fight for content are learning that love is a broadcast. Blueface's real legacy will not be about Nvea or Jaden Alexis or Chrisean. His real legacy is that he helped normalize the stream breakup as a content genre. Every couple who copies the format in 2028, 2029, 2030 will be quoting him whether they know it or not. 3 scenarios. Scenario 1, the Nvea pivot. Nvea has that baby, spends 6 months in the joint content grind, builds her own platform on the back of his audience, and then, on some random Tuesday, quietly announces her own podcast, her own brand deal, her own tour. She uses the co-host status to graduate into a solo act. If Nvea plays that right, she leaves with the audience and the tattoo covered up in a follow-up documentary. That is the exit Chrisean fumbled and Jaden Alexis never had access to. Scenario 2, the reset. Blueface and Jaden Alexis quietly rekindle for the kids' sake within 12 months. Not romantically, logistically. Enough joint appearances at birthdays and school events that the internet starts speculating. Blueface never confirms. Jaden never denies. Nvea becomes the 3rd act she was scared of being. This is the scenario Blueface history most supports because his pattern is cyclical, not linear. Scenario 3, the collapse. The tape drama escalates legally. Somebody catches a real charge, an indictment charge. The stream economy around this family goes dark. Custody gets renegotiated in a courtroom instead of a comment section. The kids get pulled off camera. Some sanity re-enters involuntarily. This is the scenario nobody wants to name, because it is the one that would actually help the children involved. Whichever scenario runs, one thing stays constant. The format wins. The individuals are interchangeable. Blueface is not special. Blueface is the current tenant of a role the internet already invented and was waiting to cast. When he ages out, another one steps up. The stream doesn't care whose face is in the thumbnail. Let me close with the receipt. Every outlet is too polite to write. Blueface cultural stock right now is high volume, low prestige. Talked about constantly, respected almost never. Jaden Alexis's stock is quietly rising. Every time she doesn't respond, she gains a point. Every time she does, she loses 2. If Jaden figures out silence, she has a real second act career. Reality TV, brand deals, maybe a memoir. The sympathetic mother lane is wide open. Chrisean can't have it. Nvea can't have it. It's Jaden Alexis's for the taking. Nvea's stock is volatile. Upside Kardashian adjacent. Downside Chrisean adjacent. She could burn out publicly in 18 months and spend the next decade on damage control. And the kids. Javon. Journey. And now a 4th on the way. That is the piece none of us should be treating like sport. Whatever happens to these parents, Those kids inherit the archive. Every clip we are quoting today will be searchable by them at age 13. Think about which version of their parents you'd want them to find. That is the only ethical filter that actually matters in coverage like this. And I'm going to try to hold myself to it too. Y'all saw what I saw. Tap the like. Ring that bell. Drop your read in the comments, especially if you think I got Nvea wrong. Tell me which scenario you're betting on, and which woman in this triangle logs off first. The next one is already loading. Messier than this one. Promise.